Hello and welcome back to our Thursday stream of the After. I'm Josh, and we are back at it this week. We took a couple of weeks off because of certain things and work and that sort of stuff, but here we are in returning fashion to Savage Worlds in Fantasy Grounds Unity, and so we're going to get right to it here. So yeah, you guys remember what was happening? Just move some of my windows around.
There was a scientist in the mountainous area that we were going to try to question, and I had just sent someone in. I had one of my lice doing a mind control thing, and sent them in with a grenade to get rid of some of the enemies.
Yeah, that's right. So you guys had originally what you had done is you had gotten that remember that bear to attack the main encampment of the Phoenix State soldiers. There was quite a battle that happened there. You guys retreated, and then when you came back to kind of see the aftermath, there was a small group that was leaving the area, which you then followed. You tracked them down to this little area where they stopped to rest for a bit, where you overtook them with a grenade and made short work of them. One of the guys you captured and questioned, they said, basically, you're on their way to retrieve this doctor from this other encampment that is in this waterfall. You then made your way here, saw some more soldiers, lured some of them out, a couple of them, to a small location, which you actually used a Benny to create the location here. And you took them pretty easily as well. Captured another one, mind-controlled him with your little lights. And then he's now running back towards this waterfall cave with a grenade in his hand, and that's where we're going to begin today. So what was the actual instructions that you wanted this guy to do?
If I remember right, I told him to find a group, detonate the grenade, and try not to kill the scientist.
Yeah, it was something along those lines, right? See if I can remember where I put this cave entrance here.
Was it underneath the waterfall?
Yeah, it is. I don't remember. I didn't name it correctly in the right here. So I think this is it. There we go. And I'm just going to make this a little bit more visible for you guys to kind of see, as it's in behind the waterfall. But you guys are off onto the side over here. Great, yeah. So this guy is running away from you, making his way towards the encampment. As you know that there are a few soldiers on the outside. Do you want him to actually go inside the encampment, like into the cave itself, or do you want him to blow up all of the people on the outside?
I guess, yeah, the outside.
Yeah, so there was a couple along the top. Remember, it's about 40 feet tall, and there's this waterfall that's kind of coming down over. There were a few guards along the top of it, like these lookout types, and there were a couple along the bottom as well. But you know, he can do whatever you want. If you want him to run inside the cave and run to, you know, whatever group that's in there, he can do that. If you want him to be on the outside and take out some of the outsiding guards, he can do that as well.
To the outside. I don't know about running into a cave with a grenade. That might be bad, so I'll say the outside.
Sure. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll just say that he, you know, is like running back towards the encampment and gathers up as many of the outside people as possible and then detonates the grenade. Under this mind control kind of situation that you have him in, there's not much that he can do except follow your commands as your little lice are inside of his brain controlling him in some sort of horrific fashion. It's like my worst fears, like parasites. It's like, I know we were talking about heights before, but parasites are way more terrifying to me.
I found a tick on me not too long ago.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of ticks here. This time of year. It's 2 times a year is where we get them really bad.
Tell us how the guy did it. Did he run in with the grenade like behind his back and go, guys, guys, guys?
That's up to Joseph. He's the one controlling him.
Pink.
Yeah, I kind of imagine them more of just he has a goal, he goes straight in, and they would recognize him. They're not gonna shoot at him or anything. And
Right.
yeah,
I was kind of hoping it was like a little kid with a bug where they're like, look.
well, I wanted him to be determined. He's going in.
Right. So he does. Probably almost as if he's like pretending the grenade is something he's got to show them. Like, come check this out. And as the guys, or maybe he even goes to the top of the waterfall if you wish, collecting everyone around him. And then, boom, this massive explosion as you see body parts flying here and there and people yelling and screaming, falling off of the cliff. It's a gruesome sight.
Ugh.
It's me.
So yeah, we'll just take care of all these guys. And obviously it makes this huge amount of noise as this massive grenade goes off. This is a pre-world grenade, like a from earlier times, right? It's like an old grenade that was found. So it's probably a much more potent kind of explosion that can be usually readily created in the modern kind of era that you're living in. So it's devastating, it's not the same kind of caliber that you're used to.
Could have plugged up my rabbit ear.
Yeah, so you have this massive explosion. Now you guys are, and I'm just going to move you guys from where you're at right now, and we can put you back over onto the area over here by the map itself. And so what you actually see laying down on the ground next to the little pool that's created from the waterfall as it comes down. It looks as though one of the men that got blown off of the exterior here is still alive, but just barely.
Does he have a lab coat on?
He does not.
Remember that in Major Pain, that old movie with the Wayans brothers? He says, Bubba, I can't feel my legs. And he gets stayed there. That was good. Oh, I love that movie.
Only sneak a little bit closer to him. From one bush to another, maybe?
I think we should get closer.
Yeah. So what can we see?
Yeah, so as you approach, you don't see anything coming out from the interior areas of the cave at the moment. What you do see, though, is, like I said, there's carnage, there's body parts laying around. Obviously, the guy that you sent in is completely destroyed, and most everyone else. There seems to be just this one guy and that has any sort of semblance of life to him whatsoever. He lays on the ground. You can just see that he's moving, like crawling, barely pulling himself. Pretty incoherent towards the outside surroundings. You think that he's probably moving on instinct alone. Definitely severely injured, will die without any sort of medical intervention.
We have to get over there.
Guess before I get too close, maybe do a notice roll. Look around.
Yes.
Sure. Make a notice roll. Yeah, so you guys are looking around, and basically that's all you can see. That's out of the typical kind of surroundings. You don't. The rushing water makes it difficult to hear if there's anything coming from inside of the cave itself. Now that you're aware of it, you can definitely make out the outline of the cavern entrance. Now, behind the waterfall, there seems to be a little walkway from the north that leads in behind the waterfall itself. Over near next to where this body kind of lays, barely holding on to life. Also, it's difficult to see what's along the top area of the elevation there as well.
Still gonna try to go in stealthily.
Yeah, so yeah, you're making your way stealthily as you are being rather cautious.
Alright. Does anybody want to try to talk to this dying guy?
Yeah, he's pretty tore up.
Yeah, as you make your approach, like his hand reaches out and like grabs your shoe as it just gets close enough. He doesn't even realize where he's at the moment.
Does it look like he's about to die within moments, or?
Yeah, you can make a medicine roll to see if you can judge that.
Unskilled.
Yeah, well, I think it's actually healing. I think is the roll, but anybody who wants to make a healing roll or unskilled, you can do that as well too. Yeah, so Kayla definitely has a good understanding of life and death scenarios. He would estimate that this guy could maybe last another hour or two on his own. He's losing a lot of blood. He's missing parts of his body. His legs seem to be completely mangled.
Does he have any weapons or anything on him?
You can certainly see that there are weapons scattered about from the explosion.
Joe,
Each one of these
feel
guys
my legs.
tends to carry like a machine gun or something along those lines, a combat knife. So there are
Anybody wanna
definitely...
ask him anything?
Yeah, ask him where the scientist is.
If you want to
Jim.
question him, you have to at least stabilize him a little bit or give him something to help with his pain.
Do we want to save this guy or just let him die? And get
Why
the
don't we have a
scientist?
peek into the cave if we can? Maybe we'll just be able to see something else instead.
So this guy on the ground has like a combat knife, you said?
Yeah. He'll have a combat knife on him, and there will be several machine guns kind of scattered around. Whether or not that they're usable is to be determined, but they all are very heavily armed.
Abby, you want to stealth on into the cave, peek around the corner there?
Yeah, I'll do that. Do you need a new stealth roll, I guess?
No, you're fine. You can maintain the same kind of disposition that you had before, or you can make a new one if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah, I guess I'll do another one. Do I get any stealth for like like a bonus for like the sounds of the water and all that stuff?
No, actually, they'll just get a negative on their notice roll if somebody's trying to see you.
Okay, cool.
But it will all work out the same. Nice. So you are sneaking in, and you're going to enter into the cavern itself, or just stay on the outside, look in?
From where I can see, can I see light inside?
You can't, actually. You're not sure if it's not because you're not deep enough into the cavern, but from where you're standing, you can see the ambient light that kind of comes in from the surrounding area in here through the entrance, and it fades off into the darkness, and you can't really see anything else down in there. I'll actually just grab and move you over into the area here, so this is kind of what you see. And you're going to be over to the left now if you're having a hard time finding your character.
Got it. All right, so I think I'm just gonna go a little bit ahead, and then report back. No, I can't see any further.
Oh, do you not have your? Let me see here. No, you have dark vision.
For some reason, right in front of me, it's just completely dark. That's as far as I can see.
That's as far as you can see, huh? Here, why don't you move one square in and see if you get out of the light if you can see? Nope. Let me reapply your dark vision here. There you go.
There I go. I'm just gonna peek around the corner. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and as you do, the first thing that you notice is there's been this like massive cave-in. You're not sure if it's from the grenade above or what, but there's definitely a pile of rocks in front of you. It seems to have just happened recently, and all of it, the dust is still in the air. Little bits of rocks are still kind of coming down from the ceiling itself.
I'm gonna go back and report to the guy. All right, so I'm back with everyone else, and I'm just gonna let them know. Say, hey guys, think I may have made a mistake. It's a complete cave-in inside of there.
Oh no. So you didn't see the scientist?
It's so maybe if we stabilize this guy, maybe he knows an alternate route in.
Yes, I'll try to stabilize him.
Sure, yeah, make a healing roll.
That'll work.
Oh yeah, that's
That'll
going to work really well.
Yeah, you don't need my help.
No, so yeah, you can easily you're skilled in healing is coming in pretty handy. So yeah, you stabilize the guy. You take a little bit of time to wrap up some of his injuries. At least get him to a very comfortable state where he's not overtaken by the amount of pain that he has.
And I make sure to remove like his combat knife, so he doesn't have any weapons on him. So he's no threat.
Right. Yeah, and he's in a pretty rough state as well. Like I said, all of his legs are mangled. His arm, he's in a pretty terrible state. So you definitely feel as though he's not in any sort of position to oppose you guys physically in any way.
All right, so I guess I'll just go over.
So that hole that had blood kind of squirting out of it, I just took my fingertip and just put it right in there to stop it.
Stick your finger in the dike.
Big helper.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
So now we want to know if there's another way in and or out, and where the scientist is, and where all the ammo for all these guns are.
All right, so you get him pretty patched up, and you begin to try to interrogate him a little bit. So who's going to be doing this? Who's going to make the persuasion roll or intimidating roll or whatever?
I step back.
No lice today.
I mean, I can roll, but I'm unskilled.
So this is like a contest. So it's not like a set amount. He's going to try and resist it with his spirit roll, but he's going to get a pretty big negative for the situation that he's in.
Maybe I'll get a bonus because I'm the nice guy that patched him up.
Sure, yeah, I'll give you a +2 for being the person that, you're trying to play the good cop, bad cop thing, Like, I'm your friend, man, I'm helping you.
Alright.
Awesome. So yeah, you easily be able to sway him, and he's in a really difficult position here, knowing that he's going to die without any sort of help. I mean, even though you've got him pretty stabilized at the moment, if you guys were to leave him alone, there's no way that he could conceivably sustain himself. So you begin to talk to him, and he is, like I said, completely able to interact with you. And as you begin to talk to him, you can see that he doesn't seem to put up too much resistance to your questions.
So is there another way into the cave?
He tells you that he doesn't believe so, no.
So we're done here.
No.
What else are we gonna do?
I guess we've killed everyone, haven't we?
Is the doctor inside the cave? I mean,
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
the doctor's inside.
So,
And
unless you want to move rocks and boulders out of the way.
Yeah.
he tells you that they've been here for some time mining ghost shards.
There.
You could try to. Our simple Jack can move rocks.
I can move carts, I can move rocks, I can move whatever you need me to move.
All right, well, come on, Jack, let's go in.
Right behind you.
All right, so you guys are going to be entering into the cave. And let me add in your...
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to add a torch.
You want a torch?
Yes. I'll go ahead and I'll take one off of my sheet. Oh. I'm almost out of torches.
Over here, big guy.
So you're just going to leave that guy outside, just kind of like prop him up against a rock or something and be like, good luck! we're going in the cave.
And unless you guys think one of us should stay with them, I can sit out there with them. Or we can just kill him and be done with it.
Get your bandages back.
Come into the river.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
kind
good
of
luck.
push him into the river. There goes Bob.
He doesn't have legs, right?
Yeah. His new name would be Bob.
Yeah.
Put the bum.
So
I guess
yeah.
we'll just leave him out there, and
He's not going anywhere.
Nope. He's not going anywhere.
of course he could crawl over to a gun or something and wait for us to come out.
Fair.
Yeah, you would think that you don't really see him as being too much of a threat, and I'm sure that you would pick up any sort of debris that might be around that could endanger you. So
Can I
say
yell in?
he's fine.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. What would you like to do?
I was going to say, can I yell kind of into the rock pile, see if there's anyone on the other side? Try to get a gauge of how dense and deep this rock pile is.
Sure. Yeah. Why don't you make a notice roll?
Sure.
Is anybody dead and trapped inside there?
Yeah. So you come up to this. You realize that this is very fresh. This kind of cave in. You can see that there are all of these little indents into the wall and ceiling around. Obviously, this was a cavern, a natural cavern that was full of ghost shards at one time. It looks as though that maybe they compromised the integrity of it by digging out a lot of the shards, at least in what you can see so far as you move down in. You can not really hear anything on the other side of this. It doesn't seem to be too deep. With a little bit of effort, you think that you could probably remove these stones. But there is definitely a lot of sign in through all of this cavernous structure that there was a lot of activity coming through here. You would anticipate that there is probably other people on the other side of this. If there isn't any other cave-ins or...
There's a lot of...
How big are the
Time
rocks?
to pick some rocks up.
It's all kinds of
How
various
big are
sizes.
these? So it probably wouldn't hamper me too much, just kind of starting the dig or kind of moving some rocks out of the way. I mean, does this look like this is going to be a multi-day job?
No.
Trying to clear...
What's your guys?
Clear the way? Or, okay.
What's your guys at? What's your strength at? There is a D8. Yeah. So you think that you could probably lift most of the heavy rocks yourself without too much work. It's more along the lines of you're going to be pulling some rocks out and probably throwing it out through the entrance or moving it to the side, lining it up against the wall. It's more of a conservation of space rather than the effort that you're going to have to use there. So you think probably a couple of hours worth of work.
Cabby and Kale,
Yeah, I'll get on it.
you guys want to have your weapons at the ready, just in case?
Yeah, and since he said it was high traffic, a lot of people coming in and out, I think as it were, like kind of helping take the rocks outside, just start piling them on top of Bob, so if anybody comes through, they don't see the body.
On top of Bob. I love it.
Are you going to keep him alive while you do that?
Yeah.
Here, hold this for me, Bob, would you?
All right. Well, let me help. Let me help Jack here. Start clearing some rocks.
All right. So why don't you guys make athletics rolls for me, please? This is just going to show us how long that it's going to take you, basically, and all of that stuff. And I think what I'm going to do too is let's reset everybody's bennies, and we'll reset everybody's adventure cards too.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yeah, so you guys are working, moving along. So yeah, take you a couple of hours at the most to open up at least a passageway that you guys can fit through.
No one immediately on the other side, I assume?
So while you're doing this, why doesn't one of you make a notice roll for me too, just so that you can kind of get a kind of an idea of the interactions that you might have from the other side. And so as you begin to do this, right, like you can definitely hear other excavation work going on down further into the cavern itself. You're not exactly sure where it's coming from, but you're assuming that there might have been multiple cave-ins and other people might be trying to dig out. From your current situation, you would estimate that they would maybe finish about the same time that you would, depending on the number of people are inside there. You'd also have to assume that they probably do have excavation equipment, whereas it seems to be a mining facility.
Keep clearing the way, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
keep working.
So we'll clear this away for you guys. Should have disappeared for you guys.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah. Did you use one of the art pack brushes to create the walls for this? It looks really good.
Yeah, I did. This is the Underground Map Pack 2.
This is nice. I like the floor texture also.
And as you can see, there's these little inlets, these large little crevices that you can see through the walls themselves. They're kind of like these deep little pockets where you can see that they've dug down into and extracted some of these crystals.
So if we listen, which branch off do we hear anybody else working in?
Yeah, so you can, now that you're into this next cavern, as you begin to make your way down through, you definitely can hear some work going on. And let's just do this to make things a little bit easier. Almost about the
You can
same.
actually see something.
Yeah, almost at exactly the same time as you guys begin to move through, you can now see that there is this small little hallway to the southwest of this cavern that you're in. And it's almost as if it's like identical. This guy is moving some rocks away. And as he looks out and he sees you guys, you can see him immediately begin to yell back to some other people behind him. So there's this like instant kind of confrontation with a Phoenix soldier as they're just moving away some of this debris as well.
Should have brought Bob and did get help.
Gabby.
All right. Well, I guess I'll zap this guy.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Well,
yeah, you guys have caught him a little bit
do
on
it.
surprise.
So
So
free,
you guys,
kind of free action, huh?
yeah, you guys can do like a free round here.
Yeah, I'm gonna use bolt and try to take him out.
I'm gonna pick up Cabby and use him as a living shield.
Ooh, nice. A hit with a raise.
Oh.
Ah,
Oh, wah, wah. Oh. Bunch of sixes today. That's good.
You can use Benny to re-roll that if you want, or you can let it stand.
what was it? An 11?
Yeah, 11 damage.
Yeah, why not?
You'll have to add the extra damage yourself. You can just roll a d6 and we can add it together. Because your raised damage has an additional d6. So that's
Even worse.
It's even worse. We'll go with your first one. We'll just do the best of either. So we'll go with the original one, which is... he is now shaken. As your bolt smashes into his armor, he gets knocked back for a moment and dazed and disoriented.
I'll do the same.
For some reason, you had Cabby also selected, so we'll remove that.
Myself targeted.
Yeah. And so you hit, and we'll drop this down here. You're attacking the guy that's beyond, right? The guy that's a little bit further in.
Yes. It's the only one I see.
Yeah. So you do 7 points of damage, which is not enough. These guys are wearing some pretty heavy-duty armor and whatnot. Do you want to use a Benny and re-roll the damage, or?
Yeah.
Eight points of damage.
Yeah, still no good. I'm
Still
not gonna
no
use
good.
Simple Jack and Murph.
I'm going to see if I can use my compound bow to get the guy in the back, all the way in the back, with an arrow. I'm assuming that Simple Jack's going to go for the guy closer to us, so I'll try to target the one behind.
It's a hit.
Sweet. Man.
The arrow
Guys are
just
far-
sticks into his armor.
Very tough.
And Simple Jack, what would you like to do?
Okay, first off, I would like to play my adventure card for this session.
Ooh.
I would like to play the card Uh-oh, and each player draws a card from the adventure deck and may play an additional card this session. Sometime soon, the party is subject to a strong and dangerous attack from enemies or creatures out of blood. So,
Okay.
at least, I mean, since we've got, we're in this situation anyway, we'll let everybody play another card. So.
I love it. It's the risk
Kinda
versus reward scenario.
Yeah, exactly. It's risk versus reward. So.
All right, yeah. So
Okay.
I'm gonna dole out some new cards here. Whoop, not from that deck. Let's see here. Tools, adventure deck.
And then I will move to that's my 5 for movement. And of course I have my trusty maul wielding it as well, so I can smash some faces in next time. I hope
Alright.
everybody got a good card, by the way.
I certainly
Alrighty.
did.
So now we're just gonna
Okay.
go into combat as normal here. Let me clear all of these, and I'm gonna get rid of that guy too. So. Kale gets to go first.
Get him.
Alright, I'll bolt the guy again.
Ooh, nice.
Much better.
Yeah. So this time you take into account whatever sort of correction you did on your last attack, seeing their difficult armor, and breaking through, you incapacitate this one. Now he's just a splat.
Didn't you say he was calling out to someone?
Yeah,
Or
so
did we just completely,
right. So as he was moving these rocks away, just finishing opening up this narrow passage, and he saw you instantly, and he did that kind of yell to alarm, like. Anything else you want to do? Move over to that
Oh,
side?
I'm done.
All right. So next we go to Simple Jack.
Not used to going so soon.
Yeah, you were all prepared.
I just look back to everyone and I say, I'm going in. I'm gonna move another 5 squares. Right, so that is my movement. And you know what? I'm gonna take a run as well. So I will. Ooh, wow! I will actually. I take an extra 4 as I run in, and I see the situation now, and I say, "We need to get in here. Get in here, guys! I'm in trouble."
Yeah. So as you make your way in, you can relay back to what you see if you want to.
Yes, I let everybody know that we're in trouble. Well, I'm in trouble anyway. You guys might want to run and get out of here.
Do we have any more grenades?
Yeah.
No, you only had 2. You used them both.
Oh.
Yeah, I let everyone know that yes, I am totally surrounded now. Little help in here, guys.
All right. So now we're moving on. You can now see what looks to be the doctor standing up in one of these platforms. I will say that he has a lab coat on because I know you guys really want him to be wearing a lab coat.
Can I play another card right now while it's my turn?
Yeah, you can actually play an action card at any time.
Okay, I will play the enemy card,
and
this is going to allow me to put this onto the wild card, which I would imagine would be the scientist, would it? And then that would give me 3 more cards, and then I would be able to play 1 more of those 3 cards.
That sounds
That's
awesome.
a lot of cards. That's a lot of cards this session.
Yeah, that's great. And the other side effect of that is that you cannot soak wounds from any attack for the rest of the encounter.
Yeah. From his attacks, from the wild card's attacks.
Yes, that's correct. Right, from his attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here's your 3 new cards, and you get to play 1 more, right?
Okay, yep.
So you have all of these now.
I think you can only keep one of them.
Yes, I can keep one of them, yeah.
That's right.
Oh. I've had such good luck on these. I'll keep Saints and Martyrs.
Okay. So we'll get rid of Turncoat and we'll get rid of Arcane.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so you did that, and you can see the doctor now. He begins to scream orders to all of the surrounding men, yelling to them to collect his work and to protect his actual medical procedure stuff that he was working on at all cost. As he's standing up on there, that's basically all he's doing at this point. He realizes the intent of what you guys are doing, and he begins to try to circumnavigate that by yelling to his men. And now we're going to be going to Murph. Murph's turn.
Okay. First, I'd like to use a card. And the card I have is Epiphany. Something you never understood before suddenly clicks. You gain a D6 in any skill you choose for the remainder of the game session.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go ahead and drag that from the skill list over onto my sheet?
Yep.
All
You
right.
absolutely can. What are you going to gain?
Healing.
Ooh. So you have that as a
Just
D6.
As a D6, yeah.
And you have that for the rest of this session. So
Correct. Just in case. And let's see. So I need to move up, obviously. Well, maybe not. Why don't I go ahead and target the one that I was targeting originally? So at least if Jack can disengage and back out of there, he won't be shot by someone right there on his right.
You bet.
Get healing skill ready for me because I'm in trouble.
Oh, you're wicked tough. That's my New England in me coming out, right? Wicked tough.
So
guy.
wicked piss. Wicked piss.
That's more Boston, but I'll take it.
Man.
It's a little bit outside of your range.
Yeah, I guess it must have
If
been.
you see medium range, is it a -2? You can use a bending to re-roll that if you'd like.
I think I'll do that.
Can you move up closer?
I was
Than
going to say, let me get up a little closer, yeah.
Sure.
Alright, that's my...
And I'll just
Should
move
do
you
it.
into an actual square there.
Yeah, thank you.
You bet. Ooh, now it's a hit.
That'll work.
Again, your
Dunk.
arrow just sticks into his armor,
Right in the armor.
right in the armor.
Yep.
Anything else you want to do?
Kind of press just a little bit closer against the wall since it's pretty thin right there, in case Cabby or Kale need to get by. Since Jack's all like,
That's the guy outside, so you can ignore that. Let's just get rid of him.
alas, poor Bob, we hardly knew ye.
We hardly knew ye. Now he's holding all of those rocks for you guys. All right, so now we're going to be doing a little bit here. So these guys that are standing up, you can see that there are these catwalks all around you. Simple Jack. They're about they average between 10 and 12 feet off of the ground. And so there are several
Wow.
guards up there.
That's a pretty good height, actually. 10, 12 feet. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and there looks to be that there are some ladders around that you could climb up to get there. But there are at least 3 guards that you can see standing up on these platforms. And then underneath of them, you can see that there are all of these like tent-like structures and whatnot. So they've made like a very nice little makeshift structure in here, as this is opened up into a really large cavern. And they built these catwalks. You can see instantly that they were mining from the ceiling and some of the higher up walls, pulling out a lot of these ghost shards, much like the one that you found in the lair of the butcher bear.
Yeah.
So this guy is going to shoot down on you with his machine gun.
As I do my little turn on the catwalk.
Yeah, and fires off in this burst of bullets as they rain down, but missing.
Wow.
Let's see here. We'll have him move up a couple of squares. And now we're going to be moving on to this guy. He is going to be doing the same thing, shooting at you with a machine gun. Let's move this over. This time it is a hit.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh boy.
A hail of bullets comes raining down on you, but you are just shaken.
I thought I was holding Cabby as a shield. Oh boy.
Let's see here. This guy
3
is
more
going
to
to be
go.
shooting back at you, Mr. Murph.
Ooh.
Many of the bullets just ricochet around you, but one of them does seem to make its mark.
Oh,
Unharmed.
tis but a scratch.
But a scratch. Another one shooting at you, Mr. Simplejack.
Oh.
Because you are already shaken, this one is going to give you a wound. Would you like to try to soak it with a Benny?
I most definitely would. So I will put this onto
Yep.
the wound.
Yep. You can just drag it right onto the combat tracker, or. Nice. Yeah. So you do. You soaked. Your resilience carries you through, and you resist the damage. And this guy is going to step forward and try to attack you with his combat knife.
Oh,
Missing.
The nerve of some people.
yeah, I just parry it with the handle of my war maul.
And this fellow begins to run over. Looks as though that there is a kind of makeshift structure, and he begins to just inside of the doorway of it. You can see that he seems to be either gathering something up or securing something on the inside. And
He's
now
arming the nuclear device. Sorry.
the thermonuclear warhead.
Yeah.
Gabby's turn.
Gonna move in. And I'm going to also do a lice bolt, and I'm gonna add some armor piercing to it.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Armor piercing 2. So is there an automatic way to do that?
Burn those spell points.
So what I can do is in your actual powers here, I can grab your bolt and I can actually give it some armor piercing really quickly, I think. Or maybe not. I think that we can actually add it in. Oh, I wonder if I can do it from the effects. Probably, right? I wonder if
I'm not sure what that would be.
You give it armor piercing of 2. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can create a new effect really quick here. Let's see. And I will drag this onto you, I think. That's how this is going to work. Let's see if that works. If not, I'll just adjust it manually.
All right, cool.
Ooh, nice one.
Oh, nice.
It's a hit with a raise.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, look, see the AP2?
Yeah, AP2, there it is, yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Send out a nice, fat, juicy lice bolt out and go straight down his gullet.
Yeah, it's tremendous. And all of your little insect friends make their way through the armor and just devastate this guy. I'm sure it looks horrific. I can only imagine. Could you imagine getting killed that way? Like, that would be like the worst thing.
Well, And that was it from.
So yes, well done. And now we're on to the next. No, we're still. Yeah, we're on to the next round. And this guy gets a joker. I think I'm going to wait and put him on hold. Gabby, you get to go first for your group.
All right, move up right in front of Murph. Yeah, I'll just move up right in front of Murph. And I guess the guy that Simple Jack is fighting, I'll leave that one alone for now and try to take out this guy way off in the distance, and I'll also let him get a taste of the lice. Is the AP still on me? I'm going to do the same thing. Burn all these spell points.
No, I set it up to be an instant, so I can add it to you again, though.
I think I can drag.
Do you want me to reapply it to you?
I just did it.
Oh, you did it.
So yeah, do the same thing.
Nice.
You had yourself targeted again.
I'm not sure why that's happening, but I will untarget me.
Untarget yourself before you roll damage. But yeah, you definitely hit again.
I'm gonna stick with the shaken.
Yeah. So what I would imagine is that your insects are swarming all around him, and he's completely preoccupied trying to swap these things away. And
Please. Please.
great. Anything else you want to do?
Nope,
That's
I've
it.
already hit Nick.
Let's see. The good doctor. He pulls out his revolver, and he's going to be shooting at you, Simple Jack, as he's moving along atop these catwalks. And he hits. Not enough to do any significant amount of damage to you. See, I told you, you're wicked tough.
Lucky.
Another machine gun blast is coming down on you.
You're lucky.
2 hit.
Ugh.
Oof.
So you take another wound, but you also do not suffer any damage from the other one whatsoever. So
I
it's
will
this
go ahead now.
bullets coming around you. Are you going to try and soak another one, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh, nice. Completely soaked. These bullets just seem to be bouncing off of you.
For one more attack, anyways. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, he missed me though, so I can't soak any wounds from the wild card, but he didn't hit me. The
did
machine
not.
gunner did.
That's right. All right, so this guy's shaken status is removed as he is swatting away all of these insects, and then he's going to recede back into the cave a little bit. This guy moves a little bit closer and is also going to be shooting at you with his machine gun. All of them are a miss.
Oh. Hey, Lucky Charms!
Yeah. You got like 9 lives over here. And this guy is also still in close quarters combat with you with his combat knife as he swings at you again. And you're, you're like this monster out here, just unstoppable. You're the new Butcher Bear. Murph's turn.
All right. And I moved down here behind this little bundle of whatever it is. Does that offer any degree of cover?
Oh yeah, sure. So that you can see that there are, in fact, there's another, I guess, little cavern, just opposite from where you guys came in, that's been blocked off with some sort of like makeshift fencing or whatnot.
Okay.
Let me target the guy up on the catwalk, just above me.
Yeah, sure.
And while Murph is doing that, what are these right here? Are these like a box or something like that?
So they're like stone bases, and there are poles that are sticking up out of them.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
So right, so there were like where they would be used to help build the scaffolding and whatnot. You can see similar kind of structures underneath the scaffolding.
Like stabilizing.
Okay. Yeah,
poles.
So they would have been like posts from which that they...
Pillars or something?
Yep.
Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Since we're not trying to be sneaky or anything, let me try the submachine gun.
Do it.
Spend those $3 bullets. I need some help.
Now these rate of fire is 3.
Yep. Which so the way, if you guys are unfamiliar with the way that the gun system works, so if you have an automatic weapon like this, you can shoot it 3 different ways. You can either shoot a single bullet, you can shoot it with like bursts, or you can shoot it like fully automatically, and it's just going to change the amount of like consumption of ammo and the number of attack rolls you get to do and that kind of stuff.
That was 1 there?
Yeah. So that's like 1 shot. Yep.
Okay, so I had 2 more here, I guess, yeah?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you want to, are you shooting it like automatically, like, just like a hail of bullets?
Yeah. Mm.
So when you do this, you should actually, what it should do, instead of just rolling damage, you have to roll 3 separate attacks.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you are in your, I think that you can actually set it in your combat, your...
Someone had said that you can right-click on the weapon and change the rate of fire.
Yeah, I think that is... I'm not exactly sure.
Is it right click and then click on the die where it says number of attacks, right?
Oh yes, number of attacks. Yep, that's how you do it.
Number of attacks. 3.
So you can just roll, because you rolled damage a couple of times, so just roll 2 more attacks, single ones, and we'll just try to reapply this. Well, you rolled 3 more attacks, but that's okay.
Oh,
We'll get it started.
I was gonna say, I now have the number of attacks at 3, the rate of fire at 3.
Yes. Yep. But that's fine. So I'm just going to apply the damage from. Let's see here. Let me clean up my combat tracker here a little bit. Let's just apply these. It's shaken, and we'll clear those. So we have this and this. And then I'm just going to apply this one other damage to him. And boom. So you shoot up into the air and you have this like a massive amount of bullets as then you duck in behind this. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Just like that, yeah.
And the unsuspecting Phoenix State grunt up there just takes this massive amount of damage up from the bottom and is completely destroyed. And then you're ducking down behind this. You're going to get some cover?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to add some cover to you. Let's see, make sure that
Since
you're
you
selected
rolled?
here.
Since you rolled again, did you overuse your ammo?
Overuse?
Like, you have less ammo than you should currently.
Only by 1. Good call. Didn't even think of that.
All right, anything else you want to do, Murph?
No. As long as I'm partially covered right there, then I'm okay.
Yep, you have cover of medium.
Cool.
All right, it's Kale's turn.
Alright, I'm going to... move just in front of Cabby. And then I'm going to hit Simple Jack with a protection.
Ooh, nice.
Do you want more armor or more toughness?
I'll take toughness.
Toughness?
Because I'm gonna get hit regardless.
About one of each.
That sounds good. Whatever you want to do.
Well, I'll do 2 extra power points and toughness,
Okay.
so plus
All
2 on toughness.
Oh, you're such a nice guy.
I know, I am. Despite what Murph says.
Sweet.
All righty, so you give him some, and that's actually with a raise, right? So
Yeah,
with a
I
raise,
guess it would be. Yeah.
you actually get to do increased version of that. So
37 toughness is a bonus, right?
so you get with a raise, it's +4 instead of +2.
It's nice.
So how much toughness and armor did you want to give him?
I was just going to do plus 2 toughness. So let's see, it's
So +4 toughness instead because of the raise.
it's plus 4 armor
And +2
and then
toughness.
and plus 2 toughness. And then the rest of us can just go home now because he's got it.
You just jinxed me. I'm gonna get rocked by a 8-wound shot next time.
All righty. Yeah, there you are. You're all feeling super protected now.
Yeah, that's
Well done.
it for
Simple Jack, it's your turn, buddy.
Okay, so I'm going to repay the favor and I'm going to drop this Saints and Martyrs card. So all player characters and allies with arcane backgrounds regain 2d6 power points. So I'm going to go ahead and play that card. So
you guys can
both of
each
you
roll
can get back
2d6, and you get all of those points back, whatever you roll. Cabby gets 6, and Kale gets 4 more points back.
Nice.
Awesome. So that will, and then I'm gonna smash this Phoenix State grunt and totally, absolutely destroy this guy
So are you gonna use your maul?
using my maul. Yes, sir.
You're gonna drop your torch.
Yeah, I'll drop the torch, and swing, and I miss. So I'm going to spend my last Benny to re-roll this attack. Oh my goodness, I'm out of Bennies.
Ooh, nice.
All right, so I don't know why. So that was a hit, and then I will go ahead and I will do my maul.
Ooh, that was almost a 10 too.
Oh, I know, I saw that. Well, at least he's shaking.
Yeah.
Well, this guy's pretty tough.
Yeah.
And I'll do one more at a multi-attack penalty at -2. That will be it for me. Yeah, that's it for me.
All right, we go to the next round. Keep that guy there, and we're gonna go to Kale. You get to go first.
I'm always in the appropriate spot. I'm always dead last for the most part.
There's
So
like
it's like dark in here now, right? Because you dropped that torch.
there's a different amount of light. I can actually add. Let me throw the torch on the ground. Actually,
There are a couple little pit fires in there, right?
Yeah.
and there are some torches on the ground and whatnot.
Okay, so I can see a couple guys at least. How sturdy are these catwalks?
Oh yeah, so it looks as though that there are these pretty heavy beams and support posts that are holding them up, but they are definitely made of wood, so they're like these wooden beams and whatnot. So you could certainly try to destroy them as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what I want to try to do. I want to try to hit those beams. How many are there?
So there would be several along the bottom. But what you would do, the easiest way to probably handle this would be you can make a notice roll and see which is the most advantageous place to hit it, and then it's going to be a called shot to actually try to pinpoint the location, which is going to do the most amount of damage. And then depending on how well you roll, it's just going to determine it from there. So yeah.
Okay, so
So, like for example, the catwalk that you can see from where you're actually at there, you're going to estimate that probably like this corner is going to be the place where you can do the most amount of damage as it bends around. But obviously these kind of line the walls, and there's more on the inside as well. So you might want to step out if you want to have a better kind of view of the entire structure. But from where you're looking at right now.
Sorry, this is a great looking map, Josh.
I was just going to say that. This is incredible.
yeah, so I'll just run out there in the open, and then I want to try to hit these. Oh, there's other guys there too. Great. How many guys are up on the catwalk?
There's 3.
Okay, yeah, so I want to try to hit the beams so that basically the catwalk comes down with those 3 guys on it. But it looks like they're all spread out.
Yeah, so there's one
Is that the case?
across the way here. See, there's one over to here. There's 2 to your left, and your character's left, your right, looking at it. And then there's the doctor all the way down at the bottom of the screen. And they're all on catwalks. The only person who seems to be on the ground, well, no, this guy's actually not on a catwalk, right? The other guy that was on the catwalk was killed, that's correct. So this guy who's right to the south of you is just kind of half in this building, obviously dealing with something. And then the doctor who's to the south is on the catwalk, and then to the left and right of you.
Okay, then in that case, I'll just hit the guy over to the left with a bolt.
Okay.
I'm gonna load up on it with 2 extra +2 to damage. So
Nice.
it's the bolt causes So that would be 46 damage or 66 with the raise. But I'm going to just use a card that it's ace. Can I use that card here? Automatically succeed at a trait roll? Is this a trait roll?
Yes, yes. So a trait roll is going to
Okay.
be any skill or anything. Yep.
So I just need to roll damage
Nice.
now.
Yep, that's it.
So if I'm doing...
And it's a raise too, right? So it succeeds with a raise.
So that would be 66.
Yeah, and so you can push the little plus damage button at the bottom, and that will do your raise damage for the attack. So when you hit
Nice.
with something, you get a raise damage as well, in addition to all your additional damage that you're adding in. So you can do your whatever it is number of d6s that you're going to roll, and then you can just push that button down at the bottom for the additional raise in your hit damage.
Iffy.
So that's 5d6, not 66.
Ugh, Master of Wands.
I know. I'm going to use a Benny on that. That's just...
Sure. That is a lot of ones and twos. I think that's almost as
That's about a minimum.
oh, that's
there
much
we go.
better.
There we go.
20 points of damage,
Ugh.
devastating attack. And this is against who are you attacking here? Oh yeah, that guy.
The guy on the left up on the catwalk.
Boom. And again, you let loose this most powerful blast. You know, his body just hits against the wall and falls and is completely destroyed.
Nice.
Heard that song the other day. Right said Fred. I admit I was singing with it.
It's Murph's turn.
Oh, I moved too early. I saw it ping on me.
Yeah, it skipped you. It skipped Murph accidentally.
That's all right.
Murph's turn. But we'll just say that you moved there on your turn. Look at all these blood splats around.
Oh, let's see. I'm gonna assume that. Tell you what, can I kind of lean out from there and shoot up at that guy that's up on the catwalk against the wall to the right? Is that doable, or do I need to get out further?
What is it you want to do?
I want to take care of the guy up on the catwalk.
Yeah, you can see him. He's kind of like leaning over. He's got a machine gun that he's shooting at Simple Jack.
Yes.
Bullets just hitting all around me.
Yeah, just bouncing off of your thick hide. You're like Superman.
So let's see if I can do this again. Attack number 3.
Yep.
Okay. Rate of fire is 3 per shot. Let's see what happens.
Two of them are a hit, and one of them is a miss. So you get to roll damage twice.
All right.
Unharmed. As the
You
bullets,
shot me?
as your bullets are flying up all around.
This gun should
$9.
stick to my bow.
Anything else you want to do?
Huh? No. Good where I am. Thank you.
Now it's Gabby's turn.
Alright. I'm gonna start firing at this Phoenix Grunt. Stand up on the catwalk. And this time I'm gonna do armor piercing 3, and I'll go ahead and drag that on.
Nice. Yeah, all you have to do is change the 2 to a 3 if you want. Or I can do it for you.
Doesn't look like I can edit that.
I edited it for you.
Alright, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Out my little baby lice.
Ooh, and it's a hit. Nice. You have like the most destructive insects in the world.
Yeah, they'll take him out and feast on him during my turn. And yeah, that'll be it for me.
Yeah, as another grunt falls, we go to the good doctor. Let's see what we'll do here.
It isn't too late to come with us still, Doctor.
Oh, he's coming with us.
He's coming with you? Where are you guys going? Let's see, we're gonna do... Move over to this location. And he actually pulls out a strange looking contraption.
He pulls out the flux capacitor.
No, but it does look a little bit strange. And it definitely looks like a some sort of rifle weapon. And he aims it at you, Mr. Kale, and he shoots. As this lightning shoots out of the end of it, this electricity, and zaps right at you, but you are unharmed.
Would this be considered like an arcane force or a strange incident?
No, it's more along the lines of technology, like a...
Okay.
He remains shaken. He's going to move to this location. And I'm going to take this guy off hold. As he's now finished with what he was doing inside of there, steps out, and he is going to shoot at you, Simple Jack, as well. And he hits you all 3 times.
Sit there. I just stand there and puff my chest out.
Only a small amount of the damage gets through, and you are now shaken.
There must be mosquitoes around here, as I just kind of brush off my shoulder. Wow, am I no longer shaken?
You are no longer shaken. Good job.
That was a heck of a roll.
Yeah.
I believe I can still make my turn, right? Now that I'm not shaken, I can attack this Phoenix State Grunt still.
I think technically you're supposed to spend your round trying to remove the status, but I usually don't go with that because I feel as though it's a little bit too cumbersome.
Thanks. Well, I like your outlook on that. I feel the same way, actually.
Yeah.
I will smash this. I will not smash this guy. And I'll do a multi attack with a negative. That's it for me.
Alrighty.
Yeah, it was a miss.
Next round. Somebody got a joker. Shaken status is removed. Let's see here. He's going to move over to this location. And he's going to attack Cabby, actually. Seeing that you are a quite formidable foe, he comes over and he's going to attack you with his combat knife, hitting you. Causing you to be shaken as well. You can spend a Benny right now to remove it, or you can wait till your turn.
Use a Benny.
Nice. So you are no longer shaken, as you just kind of, shrug off the attack completely. And let's go to this guy. He's going to continue moving across, and he's going to be shooting at you again with his machine gun. The first one hits with a raise, the second one hits, and the third one misses. Unharmed. A wound, however, on the second one.
Ugh. Oh. Oh.
So your hero catches one in the core. You are busted. Your strength is reduced by 1 die type. So your strength goes down to a d6. As you've taken...
Is that temporary?
So the way that it's possible that it's temporary, or it could become permanent. So the way that this works is you're gonna as soon as the encounter is over, you have to make a vigor roll, and that is to see kind of how that's gonna subside from you, right? But on a critical failure, it'll become permanent, and so on.
Is that despite healing of any kind?
No, so you can still get healed and all of that stuff in the first golden hour. Alrighty, let's see, and now we're gonna go to Murph. Murph's turn.
All right. Murph is going to step out a little bit from behind Kale there and try to shoot the Phoenix State Sergeant in the middle of the room. Light him up with the submachine gun again. Hopefully.
Nice. So the first one's a hit.
First one's a hit. Super. This damn gun!
I like how you keep saying that and then you just keep using it.
I keep hoping it's gonna get better.
Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, if I can duck back over here, that'd be swell.
You can.
Thank you.
All right, it's Cabby's turn.
Get him, kid. Bug him up.
Let me move away from this guy. I'm going to trust in Simple Jack over here to take out that grunt and go at the one at a distance. And going to send out some more lice.
Ooh, awesome. Hit with a raise.
Yeah, these little buggies are doing well for me.
Yeah, they are. 9 points of damage, making him shaken.
And I'll yell out to the doctor, you might want to give up.
Kale's turn. You Jedi are doing a good job. You guys are like Jedi.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit that same Phoenix State Sergeant that Cabby just hit.
Okay, yeah, he's already shaken. As these bugs are flying around him, he's completely unable to do anything else.
Yeah, I think I want to do it with an extra power point damage, or 2 extra power points and damage just to make sure we get the job done.
Ooh, nice. Hit with a raise.
Wow.
Is
26
he
points of damage.
Is he a smear?
As he becomes a smear on the ground. Explode. Only the good doctor is left. I don't know why I keep saying good doctor. He's not really a good doctor.
There's one more grunt, right? The one next to Simple Dave.
Oh yes, yeah, the guy on the ground.
Swinging and missing that for 3 rounds now. Yeah.
Let's see. The doctor is going to be moving up to this location. Let's go there, and he again is going to be shooting his lightning gun at you.
Lightning gun.
This time hitting with a raise.
Oh no.
15 points of damage as the lightning comes shooting
yeah.
down on you. So you can spend a Benny to try and soak that if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll try that.
So you can just drag it and drop it right onto your into the combat tracker, and it will do it automatically for you.
Yeah, drag and drop it right onto the blood dot there.
Here, I'll give you a new Benny so you can try it again. Yeah, the little blood dot on the combat tracker. If you drag it and drop it right on there, it'll automatically soak the wound for you. Ooh, good soak roll.
Oh, almost got
Oh,
that
wow.
second 6.
It's completely soaked. All of those wounds and everything is completely removed.
Nice.
Your resilience is just on par. Probably it has something to do with your ability to reach into the breach energy and this electronic device that he's using to shoot lightning at you. You just are very accustomed to that kind of thing. So you can revert any sort of energy that's coming at you. Or at least nullify it in some way. Simple Jack. Still shaken.
I am shaking,
Which means
but
you can
not
only
stirred.
move. Yeah, but not stirred.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just shake the cobwebs out, and I will. Gabby, I need some help. As I punch drunk, and that's it for me.
Murph, you get to go first, buddy.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and target that grunt and shoot him with my compound bow.
And you hit.
Damn right.
And your bow sticks, your arrow sticks into him, into his armor, or ricochets off.
Damn this gun.
Anything else you want to do?
No, actually, I'm going to stay where I am.
Oh, Simple Jack's coming out of it. He's out of it.
Oh yeah, and I shake the cobwebs, and I look over towards that Phoenix State grunt, and I just charge back in and get a nice swing on him with my new D6 attack now. No, it's D8, but I think there's a penalty. Won't there be a penalty? Oh.
It will reduce the amount of damage you do.
Oh.
Because most of your melee attacks are whatever plus strength. So instead of a plus D8, it's going to be a plus D6 now.
Oh, well, there we go.
But you come crashing down with a devastating attack.
It's about time, Mr. Game Master, because it's been a rough game for Simple Jack. Oh, he's shaking.
Yeah, crashing down with 11 points of damage. Now, who's got the cobwebs in their noggin?
That's what I tell him as I end my turn.
All right, we're gonna do another shot with a lightning gun. Missing.
Oh, it's good. We've got him on the ropes now, boys.
On the ropes. Still shaken. And we're going to go to Kale.
All right, I'm going to closer here, and then I want to hit the catwalk underneath the doctor, try to take it out from underneath him.
Okay, great.
So what's the best way to guarantee success? Do I need extra damage or?
Yeah, so yeah, for sure, right? Like, it's a basic kind of attack, so as long as you roll 4 or more,
Okay.
you're going to be hitting it. But then it's got its innate toughness that you're going to have to overcome. And once you overcome its toughness, damage is kind of as normal. So you're definitely going to do more damage than probably be more precise.
I'll just dump the rest of my power points into it then, so that'll be a +2 dice to the damage roll.
Great. Yeah.
You just want me to roll this in the chat window?
Yeah. You just roll your thing as normal. And it's a 3. So you need to get a 4 or more in order to hit a precise kind of location of where you'd want to. So why don't we just reduce the amount of damage that you do by 1d.
Okay. And re-roll or what?
Yeah, just roll your damage minus 1 of your die types.
Okay.
So you smash into it, you shoot up your bolt, and it hits into the catwalk itself, breaking apart some of the boards, but it doesn't do a significant amount of damage in order for it to crumble. But the guy does seem shaken up top as he wiggles back and forth. I'm going to have him make an agility roll to try to keep his bearings about him. And he's going to have to overcome the amount of damage that you did. Let's see here. And so he stumbles as he falls back. The actual catwalk itself maintains its integrity, but this guy, you've kind of knocked him back for the power of the attack itself, and he kind of jumps back slightly. So he's going to have to spend some of his movement getting himself reoriented his next round. Gabby, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to use my little bit of power left to stun the doctor.
Oh, okay.
And fatigue him if I succeed. So that'll be all of it.
Nice. And so that is resisted by, I think, is it vigor or spirit? Do you know?
It is vigor.
Vigor. And he's going to beat your roll. Ooh, it's a tie. Let's do a tiebreaker roll. Do it again.
I Benny that one?
Sure. And you can also spend bennies to make them re-roll as well. So, if, It's another tie. Let's do it again. Ooh, a 5. Oh, as you shoot, your bugs to interfere with the doctor. I gotta stop calling him the good doctor. He overcomes it.
That's all I can do right now. I'm sorry.
Next round, you get to go first.
All right, I'm all out of power, so I'm gonna shoot at this Phoenix Grunt. Yeah, all I have is my little slingshot. I don't know. I don't think that's gonna do anything, but it's all I got.
Perfect. Your bugs are exhausted. That's a miss.
And no more bennies. I'm out.
And we're
Oh, actually, I have a card. It says, let me see, unexpected insight. Your hero may affect a creature with any of your attacks, regardless of invulnerability. So, does that mean I could just go ahead and do damage? I should have did that on the doctor, but just thought about it.
No, what that actually means is, let's say, for example, you were fighting a fire elemental and you're shooting it with fireballs. What it means is that your fire's still going to do damage to it. But
Can
you
I
still,
give him a Benny?
no, you have to have an edge to give bennies away.
Okay.
So that's more along the lines of, like, if you come across like something that is invulnerable to physical attacks, your attacks can still hurt it, but you still have to overcome his toughness and whatnot.
All right, that's it for me.
Alrighty, Kale's turn.
I noticed there's a blood splatter on the ground next to me. Is there a gun next to that blood splatter?
There is.
I want to pick that up and shoot at the doctor.
All right, so I'm going to give you a gun here. Let me. Let's see here. I'll just go into our items and let me get. I think it's a
resources are gone.
So here is a gun for you. I'll put it into your combat area here. Let me just put it into your inventory. And it's all set up for you, so you can just use it as normal. So you should be able to find it in the combat tab of your character sheet. Submachine Gun.
And what is it that I need to do to the number of attacks thing? I need to set to 3?
Yeah, so depending on what you want it to do, right? Like if you're going full automatic, then you set it to 3. If you do like a burst, or if you want to do like single shots, you can do that as well.
I'll just do the 3. Okay, and boom. All the
Nice.
ones. So 1 hit,
One indeed hit.
2 hits. Oh, just 1 hit. Okay, so
Ooh, nice shot. As he gets pelted with bullets, 2 wounds.
that didn't kill him though, did it?
No, he's a wild card like you guys. He requires the 4th wound to kill him.
Okay.
But you shot him in the leg. He has a wound. His movement is slowed, which makes sense, right? He's falling down. He was trying to, get back up from your last attack on the actual catwalk itself. And so now you just rained bullets down and struck him in the leg. He's in a tough situation here.
Then I just yell at him to surrender.
This guy's still shaken, incoherent, like you smashed him with your maul. And now he's kind of like running around like, his head is in tremendous amount of pain. We'll just have him run on in this direction. Murph.
I'm going to run up here with Kale.
You're now standing on top of a dead body.
I am. My shoes are all goopy. That's not good. And I'll make it quite clear that I'm targeting the doctor. Compound bow. And echo what Kale said. Give it up. Lay down your weapon. There's nowhere to go.
So you're just going to try and talk to him?
Just going to try to intimidate him a little bit, yeah.
Sure, yeah. Why don't you make an intimidation roll here?
Which I don't have.
As he lowers his machine gun at you and pops off 3 rounds.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he does have 2 wounds, right? So that's going to give him an innate -2 to his resistance roll, too. So.
Oh.
He's not buying my stuff.
Let's see if he can beat a 1.
1?
Oh, with a 2! And so as you're yelling at him to give up, he snarls back at you. Absolutely not. He's going to, he's like, the only way you're going to get me out of here is if I'm cold and dead.
Does he say, "You'll never take the good doctor"?
You'll never take this good doctor alive. Anything else you want to do, Murph?
No.
Cry.
Right.
I was going to say cry and sulk.
No.
Okay, so the doctor removes his shaken status and begins to crawl back into the corner, away from the edge here a little bit. Yeah, as he's pulling on his leg, he's in a tremendous amount of pain. And as he does so, he's actually going to, let's see here, shoot his lightning gun at you. Oh, critical failure. Let's see what happens. Let's see. I think that there's a critical failure table, I think.
Josh sounded excited when that happened.
Yeah, I always love it when these kind of things happen.
I like that too, yeah.
It fits the narrative perfectly too.
Right. It's like this let's see if I can find it here. If not, I'll just make it up. I don't remember where it's located, actually, the table itself.
Could it be located in the table sidebar?
Someone in chat said there isn't one. You just make it up.
In one of the supplements, there is one. I have it.
Nice.
I've read it before, but yeah, I'll just make it up. So what he actually does is he's trying to shoot his lightning gun, and as he falls back, the lightning gun goes up into the air. It hits the roof itself, and then this tremendous amount of rocks just falls right on top of the doctor itself, crushing him and pinning him to the catwalk that he's on. You can hear the actual timbers themselves begin to creak as the entire thing just falls in on itself.
Nice game. Thanks for playing, everybody. As all this is going on and the chaos is going around, I'm going to try to take this guy out because we can't have this guy get away. we just can't.
Sure, yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
Go right ahead, Simple Jack. It's your turn.
Gonna try to take him. I missed. So for me, I'll do one with a multi-attack penalty. So. Right, that's it.
Alrighty. So are you guys just going to chase this guy down and kill him? Because we can just,
Yeah.
You guys can easily overpower him at this point. And as you destroyed all of the rest of the group, we'll just say you guys chase him down. He's stunned. He's got a massive concussion from getting hit in the head with a maul. And yeah, you guys have secured this location.
We'll put him next to Bob.
Yeah, stack them all up outside next to Bob, who's still alive.
So the doctor is toast?
Yeah, the doctor's toast. Yeah, he's collapsed, and there's a pile of rubble on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's remove this as well.
I'm not feeling very good.
I guess I'll throw some healing at Simple Jack.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to heal my wounds as well. I don't know if it's gonna help, but I'm definitely gonna try to do a heal check. Yeah, I may need a little bit of help here, Kale.
Ooh, yeah. That is good enough for 2 wounds.
Oh, I feel much better now. Thank you, Kale.
Yeah, it wraps you right up. Apparently, most of your wounds were superficial. Can you make a vigor roll for me about your injury?
Oh, this is a very important vigor roll, and I have absolutely
Well, I'll give you a +2 from the healing roll.
Thank you.
Well, it's more than enough than you needed. It would have been enough for 2 wounds. You only had 1. And so yeah, so it's just temporary, and just the healing roll itself brings you right back up to snuff. It was much more superficial than it originally looked, and with a couple of bandages, you're back and ready to roll.
Oh, I tell you what, I don't want that to happen again. I'm still feeling these mosquitoes just stinging me all over the place. And I'd go and pick up the torch as well that I dropped on the ground.
Alrighty, I'll put that back on in your.
Sorry about that.
Here.
Thank you.
Can we have a look at what's in here? Where the sergeant was rummaging around for so long?
Yeah, so inside there, you can find all kinds of medical equipment. It looks as though that they were distilling in some way some of the ghost shards into whatever the doctor's been injecting into the Phoenix State guys. What the other guy was happening to do, you can see now that there is notebooks that he was destroying. All of the research that was written down in here seems to be in shambles, but maybe with some time you might be able to reconstruct some of it.
Is there any of the ghost shards?
Yeah, there's like fragments. So there's like this big mortar and pedestal that's in there, where they were grinding them down into powder and using them in these. So there's fragments in there, but no whole ones. And it looks as though that they've pretty much exhausted all of the different ghost shards that were actually found inside of this cavern as well.
Is there any serum left?
Yeah, so there's in the midst of the creation process, there's many elements that it's still being refined, and then there is some vials of serum as well that has already been complete.
And do we know exactly what they do?
Nope, you don't. And you know that he's been injecting the Phoenix State with it, and it's protecting them from the nanite technology becoming gifted or so on, and those helps protect them from breach energy as well.
Okay, can we round up? How many did you say there are?
How many did I say what were?
The vials, like
S-
completed vials.
so there's 3 completed vials, and then there's many, much more of it that's in some sort of stage of the process by which it gets refined. Do you
Three
understand?
completes.
Yeah.
And how many others?
Oh, there's just like there's tons
Just
of
some.
it that's
Yeah. Okay.
in somewhere along the completion process, but not completely refined yet. To really understand the process, you're going to have to try to reconstruct the notes and put them back together.
Okay. How many notebooks or books, journals can we find that are partial?
There's 3 of them.
3.
And
Okay.
so, like, many of the pages have been ripped apart, and so that was obviously what the sergeant was doing when the doctor yelled to him.
Can I be here and see if I can get to this doc's body and just maybe search him, see if there was anything on him?
Yeah, so roll a 1d6 for me, please. Much of what he was carrying was destroyed, obviously, in the kind of cave-in that happened from his lightning gun. But you can, even though the lightning gun was damaged, you think that it could possibly be repaired, maybe?
I do have repair.
Me too. I'd like to work on that while other people are looking around.
Sure, yeah. And so as you guys are beginning to look around throughout here, you now hear yells coming down throughout the cavern. It sounds like more people are coming. And as you are waiting here and listening, you actually come to the realization that maybe more of the Phoenix State have entered into the scenario.
Everybody grab a machine gun.
You can hear somebody yelling down, Dr. Hultz, are you all right? And that's where we'll end it today. So that will be the repercussions of Simple Jack's card, as you guys will be thrust into a very bad situation.
As opposed to this wonderfully easy scenario we just went through.
But there will be some sort of reinforcements or whatnot coming down into the cavern themselves, and that's where we'll start up next time.
Awesome game.
Man, we're spent too. We got nothing.
Well, at least we'll have bennies next session. That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll.
And new cards.
Before I forget, I'll actually redo the bennies now, and we'll reset our adventure cards. But yeah, great job, guys. That was a tough one, and you guys survived, no problem.
That was a good game.
That was great.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thank you.
And we can give cards to other people as well, right?
Yes, so you can trade cards. You can give your adventure cards away. Their only limit is that you can only play, unless a card says otherwise, you guys can only play 1 card per session. But you're absolutely correct. You guys can trade cards. You can give cards to each other. If one, seems to work better for somebody else in the team, you guys can trade them.
Does anyone else need healing before this goes away completely?
Good now.
No? Okay. Because that healing that I got from that card only lasts for that session, correct?
That's correct.
And goodbye.
Lost swap cards. If somebody have the spirits told me your character may use her arcane skill in place of any smarts-based skill rolls for the rest of this scene.
Ooh, that's a cool one.
Great session now. It was fun.
Yeah, you guys did an awesome job. I can't believe how many bullets you guys got thrown at you and no one really got any serious damage whatsoever.
Oh, so lucky.
So lucky. Murph's going to flip through notes and mumble to himself about how everyone's dead. They recreate notes and could have just talked to the doctor. But
The good doctor.
Oh, it'd have a big cave in, the rocks killing everybody.
I don't think the doctor wanted to talk.
Yeah.
But we could have made him talk.
Made him.
Maybe. If we all weren't fried to death with lightning.
Yeah, maybe you can sever his head and hook it up to some sort of machine.
If that's an option, I think that's a fantastic idea.
He could become your sidekick.
Head in a jar.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to call it here. Thanks, everyone, for watching. I somehow got logged out of the chat in OBS, so I have no idea what anyone's been saying or doing. But thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll be here this next week at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, working through, and we'll see what happens with these guys with this deadly encounter that's going to be coming up. And don't forget, tomorrow, Dave, you have 2 streams tomorrow, right?
I do, yeah. 3 and 5 Eastern. We've got the Fantasy Grounds Unity game prep stream at 3, probably till about 3:30, and then Fantasy Grounds Fridays at 5, and Joe will be on the show tomorrow.
Oh, that's awesome. So how is the prep stream going? I watched it on rerun, but I didn't actually get to watch it live last week, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's going good. I'm just prepping for the games that I'm running, and instead of doing it off stream, I'm like, hey, why am I doing this off stream when I could be doing this on a weekly basis on a stream, showing people how to create encounters, how to do line of sight occluders, and it's kind of a waste not broadcasting it. So, and then I'll answer questions. So bring your questions if you have any questions about anything about Fantasy Grounds, and I'll help you out. Build counters, line of sight, actually creating modules. I'm going to be finishing up the line of sight occluders over the next couple weeks for the Pathfinder 2 box set, beginner box set, and then I'm going to be creating the Starfinder beginner box set adventure. So yeah,
great.
Good times.
Very cool.
That's awesome. And then
basically just knows how to do everything. So
you do it on it all. We're doing it all. And then I have my stream on Saturday at 3 p.m. where we go over all the art-related stuff inside of FGU. So that's great. So thanks, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you all next time.